Today we're going to learn how to use an awesome online music website called Soundation.com. So it's Soundation.com. And to get there, when you type in Soundation.com, you'll come to this page. And I'm going to click on Try Studio for free. Okay? And that's going to take us to the main program that you use. Program has lots of capabilities. You actually have the ability to actually play like a little keyboard. You can use MIDI if you know what that is, but today we're going to work with loops, and this is the fun part of getting started. It's kind of like an online garage band. So over here you've got electronica. I'm just going to open up this first folder, and it's under free sounds, electronica, and I'm going to just start with the 125, and that just means that the speed that all of these sounds is going to play at is 125 beats per minute. It's important to use sounds that are at the same speed. So to make your beat, you usually start your song with some kind of beat. I'm going to start with the kick. The kick is the part that you always hear. And then the next thing here, and to take that, you can actually put your mouse on it, and you'll see there's two arrows when I get to the edge here at the top of the clip. So there's the bottom of the clip, and I can drag it out like this. Oops, from the top you can drag it out. Okay, so I'm going to drag it out so it's right to the end of this 12th measure. See, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to drag out a hi-hat. Okay, and I'm going to drag that out, and now we're going to listen to it and see if that sounds like something you recognize. Okay, and then I can change the volume. The hi-hat seems loud to me, so I'm going to bring the volume of the hi-hat down, go back to the beginning, and you also go back to the beginning with this you can't see the button. Let me shrink it up here. This button right here. We'll start right back to the beginning. See, I've adjusted the hi-hat, and you can adjust it to any volume you want. Then I'm going to drag a snare in. Now I'm going to line up my snare. See how there's this number 2 or number 3? I'm going to put it so that it lines up with these lines. And in fact, it kind of snaps to those lines. Now let's just see this. So there's the first measure, second measure, now the snare. All right, and I can drag that snare out now that I've got my beat. Then you start adding sounds or music. So like I can double click on a sound over here. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Ooh, I like that. It reminds me of Stranger Things. I'm going to put that right at the beginning. I'm going to see what happens if I put that right at the beginning. And then I'm going to drag that out and see what happens. Here we go. And I'm hitting spacebar, by the way. Spacebar is my start and stop. Now, to me, it's a little loud, so I'm going to bring it down, turn it down a little bit. And then if I want to see, I can make this smaller this way, and I can also make it smaller I can make it bigger or small. I can zoom in a lot, or I can zoom out by moving this to the left, and I can see how much space I have over here. So that's getting started with Soundation. I'd like you to just try it out and see what you can make. And when you're done, you can actually go to File, and you can save. You can actually export an SNG file, which is the project file for Soundation. So I can save that, and if you're in my class, I'm going to tell you save it to your H drive, and if you're at home, save it to your desktop or save it to a folder called Soundation Projects. If you're in my class, you might want to do this too. You might want to go in and make a new folder and just call it Soundation Projects. I'm going to just call it Soundation. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it My First Song, but you can call it whatever you want. I just wouldn't leave it as untitled. There you go. From start to finish, we've made ourselves a little song, a little beat, and you can add other things as you want. Now watch this. If I drag this here on the blue channel, I'm going to listen to this sound. Ooh, nice. There's another beat. Let's see if that... Oh, it's playing over here. There we go. It's done playing. Now I'm going to hit play. Now you notice I don't hear that. In fact, I'm going to you can solo any channel you want by clicking on the S, and that will solo those things. So you can just hear those, or you can mute a channel to see if it's doing something weird in your song. Hit the back button, so I can mute everything but I can mute that bass sound. And remember, you can double click on a channel and you can name it so that it has a name so you know what it is. So like I might name this channel Snare. That way I can keep track of it. But if I put something here, I'm going to solo this channel. and listen to it. I can't hear it, and the reason I can't hear it is because this is a synth channel, and this is actually you can actually play a synth. And if you go to View, Show Virtual Keyboard, we have a virtual keyboard, and if I use the A, see it says AWSD, so I'm playing that with the keyboard. And if you hit the record button, this red button right here, I can actually record myself playing. So I should unsolo that. Here we go. And 2, 3, 4. That was horrible, and it sounded horrible, and it won't make any sense. But I could turn off the bass, and then I could play my keyboard. And let's try that again. I'm going to try that one more time. I'm going to hit the record, and I'll record my own song. There we go. It wasn't very good, but now I can go back and I can listen to what I played. And I can actually change the sound to like the WUB VA synth. Let's see what the VA synth sounds like. And you have all these ways you can change the sound. It's crazy what you can do. So have fun with Soundation. If you want to try playing with the keyboard, you can. Or if you just want to play with all these different beats. I only opened one folder. So there's a whole bunch of other folders. And on this MIDI folder, these are things you can drag onto the blue channel and watch that. And it's got someone who actually knows how to play an instrument. And they've played some notes, and you can use those notes. And again, I always recommend bringing it to the start of a measure. So like the 3, the 4, the 5. And you want to zoom in so you can see that a little better. You can see what we're doing. And there you go. Have fun with Soundation.